So the joy of living in Wales is that you can open your door, put one foot in front of the other, and in next to no time be isolated in nature. And so while we're here, I thought I might share with you another story. Three most unlikely friends came together to help each other and support each other. And they were the badger, the fox, and the hare. They looked around them, could see how all of the creatures were struggling to survive, and they thought, nah, if we work together, we'll do much better. And the Creator, whether you call the Creator God, Gaia, Mother Nature, well, she looked down at these three unlikely friends and she smiled. But she was also wondering whether the friendship that had struck up between them was just for them, or whether they might be inclined to help others, maybe people that they might not think automatically about helping. So she decided to put it to the test. She descended onto the earth, and there she disguised herself as a hunter. And then she appeared before the badger, the fox, and the hare. And to begin with, they were afraid. I mean, look, it was a hunter. But she calmed them and she said, please, I am not here to hurt you. I'm just wondering if you can help. I've walked since before the sun rose. I am hungry, I am thirsty, and I am tired. Will you help me? And the three unlikely friends looked at each other and said, okay. They showed the Creator to the home that they had made beneath the roots of a great tree. And whilst they waited, the badger headed out into the forest in search of food. And when the badger returned, he brought some root vegetables, some little wild carrots. And he presented them to their guest and said, there, I hope these will suffice. And the Creator took them and they were crunchy, they were tasty. Will you have some? She said. No, said the three unlikely friends. Your need is greater than ours. When she had finished the carrots, she said, thank you for those. They were lovely, but I am actually still a little hungry. No problem, said the fox. And off went the fox out into the forest. And when he returned, he had some nice juicy berries, bright red berries, which he offered. Will you join me? Said the Creator. No, 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 said the three unlikely friends. Your need is greater. And those berries, they were sweet. A little bit sour, that lovely little in-between place that makes your mouth water. And now she thought, I wonder if the hare will be as generous. So she said, thank you for the carrots, the berries, but you know, they've almost made me realize I was actually a lot hungrier than I thought. No problem, said the hare. Let me go and see what I can find. And the hare went out into the forest and they waited. They waited. And they waited and they waited. Until finally Hare returned with her head hung low, her ears drooping down. And she said, I'm sorry. I searched everywhere, but there was nothing I could find that you might eat. But if you build me a fire, well, then I might have something I can give you. And so the Creator was curious. She built a fire, and as the flames began to burn, the hare stood in front of her and said, "I believe that you people sometimes eat the flesh of other animals. And so as I was not able to find you food in the forest, you may have me." And with that, Hare leapt into the fire. The great creator in panic reached out her hand, said, "No!" And she turned the flames cold, leaving the hare quite bemused as she lay in the middle of a great burning fire and she wasn't burning. Now the creator removed her disguise, revealed her true identity and said, "What are you doing? To think that you would go so far as to give your own life so that I might eat? The whole world must know of this," she said. And with that, the creator rose up into the sky. She rose up to the moon, and there with a paintbrush, she began to paint out the image of Hare upon the moon. And to this day, when the moon is full, if you look carefully, you can still see the image of the hare upon the moon. And when people see that image of the hare, they are reminded. They share the story just as I have shared it with you, so that everyone will remember that when times are hard and life is difficult, it is friendship, it is collaboration, it is helpfulness that make life easier. Take care, everyone.